Why is it, how shall it be, that this standard human humble home hobbyist, Jesus returned, should be the gift that the glorious archetype is the inversion of? I do what is hard and needed, where he does what is easy and pointless. Jesus, the archetype, he just shows up and it is done. He just shows up and it happens. What is done to us by his blinding, glorious, effortless super radiance. What happens to us. It is done to us. It happens to us. To the point where we might as well not be there at all, for all the difference we make. It is all him. It is all his mighty name, all his mighty power, all his supreme grace. He is the Son of God, God's only Son. We were created by God, but none of us get to refer to ourselves as his son or daughter. We were created to be less than that which created us and his Son, so that we could give thanks and worship for that. And although none of this makes the very least bit of sense, it does, of course, make divine sense. The kind of divine sense that makes too much sense for a clod of mortal clay to understand. So that's all right then. And here am I, the actual, standard human man that really was there that other time. The one who really did get nailed to a cross for pissing everybody off by saying that their book of truth was not true. Here I am again, pissing you all off again, doing what is hard but needs to be done, which is telling you all once again that you are as wrong as can be. Who is it that I am up against? Only the whole world. Who is it that I am here for? Only the whole world. Only for us. When the church tells you that God, the great and almighty God, absolute embodiment of the most perfect power, grace, wisdom and love, God the smiter of bad people and murderer of babies, is to be loved and worshipped for all of that. It tells you it is so for reasons that make too much divine sense for a standard mortal human to understand. You just need to be afraid and obey. When I tell you that every single one of us is the eternal, always have been and always will be, the reasons I actually do present are so simple a child can understand them, and so self-evidently true, no physicist or theologian could ever say why they are not true and be coherent as they are saying it. I am the gift that the broken and senseless archetype is the inversion of, because I am just as you. It is my being just as you are that makes me even relevant to you at all. There are truths that are existentially incapable of not being true. This is so. It is unbreakably so. And it is the only possible reason for anything ever to come into being. And no theologian or physicist can argue against it without saying things that are incoherent and foundationless. This is pure truth. This is pure truth, and I am speaking it. I am speaking it for us, for this whole world of us. The truths that are foundational to all of us, the truths that are existentially incapable of ever not being true, they have always been true, they are true, and they always will be true. They are simple and they iterate, express the truth of themselves that they are, for no other reason than that they cannot not do this. They iterate in all places, at all times, and their iteration relative to each other is mechanistically synonymous with their consciousness and sensitivity of themselves and each other. We are eternal truth in living iteration, and we are eternally conscious and eternally sensitive of ourselves and each other, and this is through no fault of our own, and it is through no virtue of our own. It just is what it inescapably is, because it literally and absolutely cannot be otherwise. As living truth in eternal iteration, the oscillation of our amnesia of the eternal truth of our situation is a natural and cyclic occurrence. We expect expand into a higher resolution of self-awareness. And this means we forget what we knew at our previous resolution of awareness and begin making new memories for ourselves. While we are all amnesiac together, we become afraid, treat ourselves and each other like shit, make up stories of gods and devils that rule over and under us, and fight amongst ourselves to be the one who is hurting the least. When we emerge from this chaos and incoherency, because the truth becomes plain to us, as it always eventually does, because it is so simple and unbreakably and inescapably true, we do choose love. Not because this makes us acceptable to a spiritual hierarchy of divine beings that will punish us otherwise, but because it is child's play to understand that this can be our only relief and joy in an eternal existence of being conscious and eternally sensitive. I am the gift to this world right now that Jesus, the archetype, is the inversion of, because I understand the truth, know why it is truth, know how it is truth, and I share it, and I share it in the face of a world of humans who think they do not want it, even as they need it, like they have never needed anything else. I am the priceless gift that offers itself freely and is deemed to be worthless and unworthy because of that, by people who have known only lies for as long as they can remember, and only want for themselves the lie that excites yet also frightens them the most. I am not some inhuman and unattainable standard. I am not some inhuman and unattainable standard. And this is a good thing. It just doesn't necessarily sound like a good thing to those conditioned to wanting for an inhuman standard that they can't possibly attain for themselves. I am the gift to this world that I am, because I know that the heaven on earth that we bring to this world is the heaven on earth we build with our own hands and hearts, and that the building of this heaven on earth begins on the day that we begin to tell our children that they are the eternal from the first day they arrive here. While we do not remember the truth of ourselves, we cannot be coherent with the truth of ourselves. This is insanity, plain and simple, and through no fault of our own. When we do come back to the simple and unavoidable truth of ourselves, we can then be coherent with the truth of ourselves, the truth of reality. And this is sanity. And compared to all that we can currently remember, it is heaven. Once I knew a funny man who left home one sunny day. He traveled far in distant lands and got lost. That foolish man, I've seen different places on my way with my funny walk. It's a sunny day, yes, it slips my mind. What comes back to me some other time? Can you see? 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 You didn't know the way back home. He didn't know where the hell he was. He just laughed, didn't shed a tear. He sang a song, far and near. stay put, he might come to me and he'd be singing, can you see? I may as well go for a walk. Or did I have another thought? It slips my mind, it slips my mind. I don't know why, I cannot find. But every day when I get up, I think that I just might wake up. I think that I just might wake up. I think that I just might wake up. Slips my mind, slips my mind. So hard to tell. Can't I've seen different places on my way with my final walk. It's a sunny day. Yes, it slips my mind, but comes back to me some of the time. Can you see? I have a lot of work online that people don't get to see because they are not notified about it. You have to be determined and proactive and check in on my channels and my website if you want to keep up with my work. This platform will let you think that I'm not doing anything when I'm doing lots. And I'd love it if you would catch up with everything I've done so far, if you want to.